Okay, I believe I am live. Let's see, let me adjust this. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another live stream. I think I had missed last week's live stream, unfortunately. But if you are brand new to this channel or brand new to this live stream, welcome. I try to do these every single week at least. I might be switching that up to every single, like maybe once a month or so, but I've not. It's a bug flying around. I've not quite decided on that yet. Guys, I guess I should also push my little spiel, but for those that are brand new, welcome. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this, whether that is live or on the playback version of this. On this channel, we just talk about movies and physical media, and as you can see behind me, I love movies, and so it is it's always so much fun to talk with you guys about about movies. And let's see, video and sounds is good. Awesome, thank you. But yes, I love talking about physical media and movies and everything in between. But yeah, I hope everybody out there is doing great. Currently, it is. Let's see, my computer's telling me it is 90 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and so it is quite warm. It feels way warmer than that in the sun, but so I have the AC just blasting. And so if you hear that in the background, I do apologize, because on the other side of this wall is the AC and the furnace and all those things. So I do apologize if you can hear that. But yeah, there's a bug flying around in here. Yeah, so on this live streams, guys, I usually just talk about what I watched over the last week or so, and I just answer any questions, and we just kind of talk about whatever. So if you are watching this on the playback, feel free to leave a comment down below of anything that is discussed in this live stream, and I will comment back on those. I really do enjoy reading the comments on my videos. It's one of my first things I do every day when I wake up. But yeah, it's always fun. So let's see here. Make sure I have everything. Let's see. Hey y'all, hello, welcome to the live stream. Yes. Let me adjust this quickly. There we go. Sorry, I'm getting my screen adjusted. When does the Howling 5 and 6 get a first watch? Yes, I need to watch those. Actually, I've only seen the first Howling movie, but I have Howling 1 and 2 on 4K. Howling 3, I think it's 3, 5, and 6. Which ones are those that I have? I'm going to take off these headphones because every single live stream I do, they always end up hurting my ears between headphones and the glasses and everything. It's just it's always a pain. But so let me know, because I can't hear myself now. Let me know if it sounds weird or ever sounds weird on your guys' end. But yes, Howling movies. I have 3, 5, and 6. Did they make a Howling 4? I feel like they probably did. Trying to see. I know I have Howling 5 and 6 on VHS, but I recently got this pack of Howling 3, 5, and 6 on Blu-ray, and then I also have Howling Reborn. But like I said, I also have Howling 1 and 2 on 4K, which is fun. What I really need to actually sit down and watch some of these movies. They are eventually on my list. I'll get around to it eventually, but yeah, I'm going to dive right into the things that I watched over this last 2 weeks, since I missed a live stream last week. So for those that do not know, I keep track of all of the movies that I watch. I started doing this last year, and I'm very glad I did. And I would highly recommend, for those who do watch a lot of movies, to keep track, like a log of everything that you watch. It is actually quite fun to look back and kind of remember what you watched. Let's see here. I know Letterboxd could also work for that as well, but yes. So on the 8th, June 8th of the month, I watched the film Virgin Spring. This is a film by Ingmar Bergman. This is Spy number 321 within the Criterion Collection. And essentially, this is the same story as Last House on the Left. If you're familiar with that story, this is essentially the same thing. This is just set in, what year was this set in? It's like old, set in like old times. I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah, great movie. Ingmar Bergman is obviously if you're familiar with him, he is the director behind films like The Seventh Seal or Fanny and Alexandra, or I'm trying to think of any other. I mean, he's done a lot of films. Criterion has put out a lot of his movies, and I'd highly recommend checking out all of them. And this one is actually, there's only 89 minutes. It's 1960. It's in Swedish. It's black and white, but also just a great movie. The next one I watched, I watched on the 9th of the month, and that is the movie Spider Labyrinth. This is a 4K put out by Severin Films, and I'll show the cover here. Not quite what I was expecting, honestly. I was kind of expecting one thing, but it was not quite the same thing. But yeah, some great uses of color in this movie. It's a very interesting film. I believe it's, what language is it in? Oh, it is in English. Okay, but I think it's originally in Italian, if I'm not mistaken. It's 86 minutes, 1988. But yeah, great film, especially if you're a fan of the Severin catalog. They put out a lot of fun stuff like that. Let's see here. And then on the 13th of the month, so skipping a couple days, I watched the film Fog City. This is a movie that I let's see. Yeah, I got this on Steelbook mainly because I love like the artwork. I think it's like it looks amazing, like just the artwork. It's also numbered. This is number 555 of 4,100. But this movie, it could have been so good. It could have been such a fun movie. But essentially, it's this fog rolls in, and these people feel like it's going to kill them, so they all, kind of hide out in this house, and it's not very well directed. It could have been really good, but very, very disappointing, honestly. But I do like the Steelbook. It's a fun Steelbook. See, can you show the difference between the two different versions of House 1 and 2 by Arrow? I know you have your 1 through 4 set, and I think you had the limited just House 1 and 2. I'm pretty the limited edition ones, just 1 and 2 set is the one I have. Gotcha. See, and I gotta watch them. What should I expect from House 1? Yes, let me grab those, actually. Okay, so here we have House 2 Stories and House the Collection. See, sorry, keep making you get up. Oh, no. I absolutely love showing stuff off in my collection, so I don't mind at all. I just received this in one of my last big Facebook Marketplace deals, and that is House 1 and 2. I would say the biggest deal, or the biggest difference between the two, is this is Region A. So this has, it's just the box here. I'll try to make it focus on that and not my face. Then you have here in the Arrow Video, like plastic cases. Then you have House 2. And then you have the hardcover booklet, which is more of a book. It's not a booklet. Let's see. So this has House 1 and 2, which I believe this is the first. I think this is the one that came out first. I believe. And I know this is out of print now. But the biggest difference is House 1 and 2, the box set. This is Region A, and this is Region B. So can see here in the corner, has a little 18 plus or 18 marking for region B. And so here's the side. So the collection has house 1 through 4, which I have not seen house 1 through 4. And has the same book, which I find interesting. So I guess this book does not include a lot of information on, I mean, I might be mistaken. I think it's the same book. Let's see, it's 145 pages in this one. This one, 147. Okay, so the collection has a couple more pages in the booklet, but I think that's probably the biggest difference there. But then these are in the blue Blu-ray cases, which are thinner than the Arrow video cases. And so you have House 4, 3, 2, and 1. Personally, I've seen House 1 and 2. And personally speaking, I liked House 1. Wasn't a huge fan of House 2. But see. Okay, so that's interesting. I just noticed here House 1 and 2. Sorry, I feel like I'm saying house a lot. I apologize. But House 1 and 2 are region A and B. 3 and 4 are just region B. So I believe these are all Blu-ray DVD combos. So, but I do need to get around to watching the second and third film. But those are, I'd say that's the biggest difference between the two sets. And I honestly, if I did not get this practically free in that last lot, I don't think I would have went out of my way to purchase this because I already had the collection. So this was one that I was debating on selling when I first bought all of those items, because when I do large buys like that, I have to sell part of it to, basically help pay for the rest of it. And so this was one of the items that I was debating on selling, but I ended up keeping it just because I really like the artwork. I think that's awesome. So now I have both. Let's see. What is the most expensive DVD you have? The most expensive DVD? Honestly, it'd probably be some of the Criterion within my. I have some. I have the Janus Films 30 or 50 years of Janus Films box set, which is fairly expensive. That's on DVD, I know. And I have a lot of the out of print DVDs within the Criterion collection, so some of those are pretty expensive. I don't know if I have one off the top of my head that's like the most expensive, but so yeah, I picked up those two in the 1 and 2 set, 20 each, just not the box. LOL. Thanks. I am excited to watch. Yes, that's awesome. I know I do know that they sold these individually as well for the house films. So yeah, I actually really liked the first movie. It was not what I was expecting at all, but I really liked it. So I hope you enjoy that. What are some films that you are? Let's see. What are some films that are up next on your to be watched? Ooh, that's a great question. So I am currently at movie number 200. So I've watched 199 films so far this year, which is absolutely insane. But I'm not going to say which one is up next for movie number 200. But some are, let's see, some that I'm like looking forward to watching. I've been watching a lot of, between Severin and Criterion. I've been watching a lot of those in the next, like in the order that I basically have them in. But I don't know if I have any like set next to watch. One of them actually I will talk about here shortly. That's in a box set that I started the box set, and I will continue the box set here after I watch movie number 200. But let's see. Okay, it plays, thank God, on my PS4 thought. Region A wouldn't. Yes. Yes. If you are, I'm trying to think. Depending on where you live in the world, I believe Region A is PlayStation plays Region A, and I really wish I wish some of these game systems would also just play Region B, because that would give access to everybody having a region free player basically. Because I know region free players are not the easiest thing to come by. Let's see, any movies in your theaters you're going to check out soon? I really want to see Mission Impossible. That is pretty high up on my list. I just need to go out and check it out. I'm trying to think what else is in theaters currently. Yeah, I did see Final Destination. I think I saw that a couple of weeks ago, and I liked that. That was a fun one to see in theaters. But yeah, I need to actually look. Every summer I always let movies just go by in the theater. I don't actually get around to going, and I should actually keep up with what's coming out in theaters more. Let's see. See, hi everybody. Hello, Ralph. Welcome to the live stream. What is next to WALL-E the most child-friendly movie on the Criterion Collection? Let's see. I could give a lot of sarcastic answers, but child-friendly movies. I mean, there's The Breakfast Club. I feel like that's fairly child-friendly. Maybe not child-friendly. I guess never mind. It's rated R. That was a bad example. Child-friendly movies. I mean, there's Charlie Chaplin. I feel like that's pretty just appropriate for children. It's pretty not super. I mean, it's like slapstick comedy. Trying to think now. I feel like there's not many. I mean, WALL-E is probably the best one we have. But I'm gonna. Yeah, I would probably have to say any Charlie Chaplin. Honestly, would probably be my best suggestion, at least safest suggestion. But yeah, there's not many, unfortunately. But let's see. Any hope for Saw and Blumhouse? Now it's going to be a reboot, and James Bond and Lee, whatever, are going to be supervisor and give inputs on the next Saw movie. I don't know. Maybe going back to roots would be good. Yeah, I feel like honestly, the concept of Saw is kind of run its course, in my opinion. I feel like they probably should just quit. Like they've made now, what is it, 13 films technically, between Spiral and Jigsaw. Although wait, Saw 7, 8, 9. No, they've made 10 films. I apologize. 10 films. They've made 10 movies, and they should probably just quit. I mean, the idea of it really isn't that crazy of a concept to keep making films, but yeah, in my opinion, at least, I thought Saw 10 was okay. I wasn't blown away by it. I feel like the problem with them is almost in the same it's almost the same as a what M. Night Shyamalan kind of runs into, where it's he has to put a twist ending on stuff now because that's what it's known for. And so Saw is kind of in the same way of it. They feel like every single Saw movie has to have a twist ending, and it has to be this, this thing that happens that connects to the other movies. And I feel like it's almost like they just need to either completely start from scratch that's not connected to the other films or something. But yeah. See, Saw 10 is going to be a sleeper horror movie in the next five-ish years. To be honest, I loved it. Maybe I need to rewatch it. I feel like my experience with it when I first saw it was not the greatest, and so maybe I attach those memories with it. Because like when I went to the theater, there were people talking like literally the entire movie, and that kind of ruined the experience for me. And so I have not watched it since. So maybe I need to sit down and actually rewatch it. I do not own it. I need to get a copy of it, but yeah. See, I stopped after Saw 2. Yeah, that's understandable. I feel like really the first three movies were pretty good, and then after that it kind of gets a little derailed with Saw 4, 5, and 6. I mean, 6 wasn't bad. That was one of the first ones I think I saw was Saw 6, but Seesaw. See, what movie would be a must show to your future children? Yes, definitely Land Before Time series. I loved that series growing up. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was another big influential film for me. I'm trying to think. I mean, the Toy Story movies, I feel like those are just really solid. I'm trying to think. Brave Little Toaster, even though it is kind of traumatic for a child, because that was definitely one that there was trauma that I watched it. It was, but yeah, I don't know. I really like. I'm trying to look at my kids movie section. I mean, Wild Robots, Big Hero 6, How to Train Your Dragon. All of those are just honestly fantastic films. But let's see, I went into Saw 10 with a Saw tattoo on my arm. I expected horror. Let's see, tattoo on my arm. I experienced horror love for first time when I went. Awesome. Yes, I know you mentioned he had a Saw tattoo. That's awesome. JT says, "Hi Kyle, hello, welcome to the live stream. How are you doing, Kyle? I am doing fantastic. It is like I mentioned at the beginning of this live stream. It's so hot outside right now in Ohio. I mean, it's currently like 90 degrees Fahrenheit where I live, and it is just awful out. It is so hot. But other than that, I'm doing great. I feel like this weekend was actually pretty relaxing. I didn't have really too much going on, which was actually really nice. Um, but skip Monster House. I was 6, 7 when it came out. My mom didn't let me. Yeah, I feel like Monster House honestly has one of those like. I feel like it's a low key terrifying film for children. It has some very scary elements to it. Have you saw Suits? Have I seen Suits, like the show Suits? I think Suits is the show. I have not. Or is that a movie? A new series. Gotcha. I have not. I have not seen that. But Richard says Terrifier 3 coming around. Not sure what you mean, because and Terrifier 3 is out, or it has been out, but Terrifier 3 coming around. Or are you talking about Terrifier 4? Sorry, I don't know. We voiced one of the kid from Monster. Interesting. Suits TV show seasons 1 through 9. Suits last season 1 only new series. Gotcha. Yeah, I've not seen either of those. I have to look into that. But I'm going to quickly jump back into the movies that, because I have a couple here more. Not here about part 4. Okay. I only have a couple more movies to talk about here. Things that I've watched over the last couple of weeks. But on the 13th of the month, I watched this movie. This is put out by Severin Films, and that is the film. It's technically 3 movies into one. That's the movie Family Portraits. This was not at all what I was expecting. These are three short films kind of mashed into one, all by the same director. Um, yeah, this is definitely not for the faint of heart. This is definitely a um, kind of a very disturbing series of films, and I kind of went into this completely blind, and yeah, definitely not for the faint of heart. But I don't want to say too much, but yeah, it was a lot. And then on the to celebrate Friday the 13th, which was actually kind of fun. I watched this movie Friday the 13th. This is the remake from 2009, and actually on it says June 13th or June Friday the 13th, which is kind of fun that I watched this on Friday the 13th in June. Um, this movie, I feel like, so I'm very excited that I watched this on 4K. Um, because I watched this originally on DVD back in the day, and I remember just having just meh feelings about it. Honestly, I really liked this rewatching this on 4K. I definitely think the 4K transfer does a lot of good for this movie, and I yeah, I really really enjoyed this. I thought it was actually, I feel like it's one of those movies that people will reevaluate eventually and maybe come around to actually liking it. Um because I feel like it was, I don't know, unfair when it came out. It was unfairly like judged, in my opinion. But I cannot, if you're a fan of the Friday the 13th, definitely pick up the 4K transfer of this movie, because I feel like it is, I don't know, it does the movie like so much justice. And I really wish that we had more, because this was the 12th movie of the series. I wish we had our Friday the 13th, technically 12th movie. I wish we had Friday the 13th, like number 13. And that's if you're including Freddy versus Jason as a film, but as part of the series. Um, yeah, so Friday the 13th remake, honestly, I really, really enjoyed rewatching it. It was a lot of fun. Let's see. And then on the 15th of the month, I watched the film Ran. This is a film by Akira Kurosawa. It's by number 316 within the Criterion Collection. This was a first time watch for me. It runs at 160 minutes long. It's in Japanese with English subtitles in color, and it's from 1985. Yeah, this was fantastic. There was some I mean, if you know of Akira Kurosawa, probably this is up there with his most famous works. But The Hidden Fortress is another big one that he's done, and Seven Samurai. Sorry, Seven Samurai is another big one that he's done. But Criterion Collection has put out a lot of his movies, and yeah, I know there's actually a new 4K transfer of this movie that is out. I think it was released. I don't know if it's on disc yet or not. I know there's a 4K version of this on disc, but I don't know if it's the new transfer or not. So this would be a great one to get a 4K from Criterion. But as for now, I just have the DVD here. And yeah, this was a great movie. Some very interesting uses of color and huge, big set design with a lot of actors and a lot of moving pieces, which I always really enjoy that within Akira Kurosawa films. It's very fascinating. But let's see. Madman is a good movie. Kyle, Madman. Um, Yes, I have that movie. I have the Vinegar Syndrome 4K of Madman. It's been a while. It's one of my first, one of the very first Vinegar Syndrome titles I got, and actually might have been the first Vinegar Syndrome title I got. But I need to rewatch it on 4K because when I originally bought the Blu-ray, but since then I've upgraded. Let's see, Madman, the show is good. I mean, gotcha. So the show Madman. See. Oh, Mad Men. Yes. The show that's set in like the 20s. I believe it's set in the 20s. But yes, uh Yes, I have a lot of the seasons of that show. I just need to actually sit down and watch it. It's on my list, but I need to. I feel like shows are harder for me to watch just because it's a bigger time commitment. But I watch Family Guy, Star Wars movies. I don't any of this Family Guy. Yes, it's been a while since I've seen any of the Family Guy Star Wars films. I have those in my on the other side of the room as well. But 28 years ago, I know it come out. So 28 years later, and yes, I need to see 28 years later. I know that came out or is coming out soon. I'm excited to check that out, or it has come out. Um, but Ralph says, this afternoon I went to see the How to Train Your Dragon remake in theaters with my daughter, who is 9. Nicely done film, but nothing new. Yes, I don't know how I feel about the remake because I love the original animated film. I feel like it's just such a well done animated movie, especially um, the music in the movie is so like amazing. It's like it should not be that good for an animated film, but it is just it's truly incredible music, and I'm excited to actually go to the new Universal Park because in Universal Orlando. They opened up the Epic Universe, and I would like to go down there at some point and check it out. But it's just expensive to get down there, so maybe soon I'll be go down there. But let's see here. On the 20th of the month, I watched the film for the very first time. This is a film by Brian De Palma. It came out in 1998, and that is the film Carlito's Way. This is a first time watch for me, and I absolutely loved this movie. This is one that I've had this for years, and I decided just to pop it in and check it out. But I wish that they made movies like this still. This was such a well done film. I mean, it's Brian De Palma, so I mean, all of his movies are just really well done. But very, very good. I really enjoyed this. It's, I mean, Al Pacino in it is just incredible. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this one, and I highly recommend checking it out if you are a fan of kind of like gangster, like crime movies. But yeah, very, very, very good. Let's see, Mad Men and The Walking Dead, wonderful series. Yes, I need to. I don't know why the camera focused on that, but I need to check both of those out. I have like almost the complete Walking Dead series. I've seen the first 3 seasons, but I've not watched more than that. And as far as Mad Men, I've never seen a single episode, but I have most of the show. Carlito's Way, old film. Yes, it is. I mean, 1998, so it's 26 years, I believe. 26 years old. I don't know why the camera keeps not focusing on me. Let's see. I owned that movie you showed. Yes. Carlito's Way. This is one, I feel like this is a very common DVD. I know Arrow Video put out a nice 4K limited edition of this, but yeah, someday I'd like to get that. But and then I watched, this was on the 21st of the month, so closing in here. Technically, I guess let's watch this is technically yesterday. Let's see, mine is a double set. Nice. This is a film put out by Severin Films. This is their Intervision line of stuff, but that is a film, Blood on Milia's Moon. This was a very fascinating film. This is completely shot on video, I believe, and it's from 2016. It's in Italian. It's 112 minutes long. This movie feels like if a director has a lot of directing experience, but then they got a hold of like a cheap CGI software and just kind of had fun. That's kind of what this movie feels like, where they were having fun with like different ways of like using CGI, like early CGI. Yeah, definitely not the best, but it was a interesting film. Carlito's Way double set I owned on DVD. Nice. See, and then So I have two more movies here. On the 21st of the month, I started to dive into this box set of Forgotten Gialli Volume 1. And so these are box sets put out by Vinegar Syndrome. This one is very out of print now. It's fairly expensive. But there's three movies within each of these. I have I think they're up to volume 8. I have all 8 of them so far. But who knows? I mean, they'll probably be releasing more of these soon. And so I watched the first movie here, and I really liked this. I thought it was a fascinating movie. It felt very, I think it was an Italian, definitely a low budget Spanish giallo. And yeah, it was interesting. It was kind of, I mean, I kind of saw the twist coming from a mile away, but other than that, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun one. And then today, actually, before this live stream, I just finished up the second movie of this, and that is the film The Killer is One of 13. Again, I think this is a Spanish. Okay, so this is an adaptation of a novel, but basically it's kind of like almost a whodunit type of story, like a murder mystery type of thing, where it's a bunch of, I mean, it's 13 people, and they're kind of trying to figure out who is the killer amongst the 13. So it was a pretty interesting watch. And then there is one more movie within this box set, but I will not get to that until I watch my 200th movie of the year. And so, yeah, The Killer is One of 13 was movie number 199. So tonight's movie will be number 200, which is actually insane because my goal this year was to watch 300 films, and I'm definitely going to pass that up. Unless if I start getting really, really busy, which I guess it is kind of going to be starting to get a little busy here soon. But yeah, that's everything that I watched. Let me jump back into these. See, yesterday, in honor of its 50th anniversary, I watched Jaws on 4K. Still holds up very well. Yes, that's awesome. I need to rewatch it on. Have I seen it on 4K? I own the 4K. I think I have watched it on 4K. Yes, that is it's one of those movies that I feel like it's a perfect film. I mean, everything to it, the pacing, the music, the acting, it's just all, it works so well together. And I have so many copies of Jaws. I'm like looking at it on the shelf over here. I have it on VHS. I have it on 4K. I don't think I have it on Blu-ray though. I think, yeah, I have it on DVD. I know I have Laserdisc, but so many different formats of it. But yes, it's awesome that it's its 50th anniversary. It doesn't, I feel like that's kind of crazy, but it's a trap. Family Guy is a good movie. There are 5 seasons of Breaking Bad now. Yes, I need to watch Breaking Bad as well. Breaking Bad is, I think I've seen the first 2 seasons, but I've not watched past that. I own all of them, but I just need to actually sit down and watch the show. But Spider-Man 4 sounds like it's going to be an Avengers type movie. I don't know why is the Pusher going to be in it. That's been confirmed. Just want a normal Spider-Man movie that was set up in No Way From Home. Yes. Thing is, I liked the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, but I almost feel like I am so just not interested at all in anything that Marvel's putting out. I'll see Spider-Man, but yeah, that sounds interesting though. See, I watched 17 again. Good movie. It's been a long time. I've seen 17 again many years ago. I think my sister was really into like High School Musical and Zac Efron and that whole world of things, and so I remember watching 17 again back in the day. See, Spider-Man is the one franchise I am barely clinging onto. LOL. I hope 4 is good. Yes, I feel like it is kind of like the one movie that like is kind of still holding Marvel together, or the one franchise rather. What defines a perfect film in your opinion? That's a great question. So I try not to throw around the term "it's a perfect film" very often, because I feel like, especially when it comes to like Letterbox reviews and stuff, I feel like because I don't really review anything on Letterbox, but some people will say it's a perfect movie. Even so, a great example would be like if you just walked out of Oppenheimer in the theater. You know, you spent the last 3 hours sitting there watching this amazing movie, and you walked out. While you're walking to the car, you're writing a Letterbox review. You give it 5 stars. You're like, "This was a perfect movie." Um, but after as time goes on, a lot of the time your opinion might change slightly because the hype will die down. And so which the people that I go to the movies with, they'll know this, but I don't necessarily like discussing if I liked a movie or if I disliked a movie right when I walk out of it. I kind of like to sit and think about it for a good hour or two before I really even have an opinion on it, because I don't like to say like, oh, this was like a perfect movie, or this movie was so good, or I really really like this movie. I try to let it kind of like think about it for a little bit. Um, but um, the I just feel like it's, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, when I say like a perfect movie, I think what makes a perfect movie is over time it still just holds up perfectly. Like in the way of like in my opinion, like Empire Strikes Back is a perfect film. There's nothing that I would have changed about it. There's nothing that I think if they added or subtracted from it would make it better or worse. Um, I don't know if there's anything that they could do to make it better, in my opinion. Same thing with Jaws. I think it is simply a perfect movie. I think the struggles on set helped it dramatically. Back to the Future is a perfect film. I feel like it is just so well put together. Um, and yeah, I have a hard time actually just like defining what makes a perfect movie. But um, let's see. See, the Friday the 13th game was Jason's birthday. Interesting. Jason's birthday is Friday the 13th. The Fast and Furious 10 Part 2 comes out next year. Yeah, I don't understand why Fast and Furious 10, like they titled it Fast and Furious 10 Part 2. Um, that is I feel like they should have just named it Fast and Furious 11. I feel like that would have made more sense. Um, and I kind of hope it's the last one because I feel like they just keep making them, which they're still, I mean, they're fun movies, but there's so many of them. Let's see. Do you have a favorite horror B movie? Ooh, that's a great question. Favorite horror B movie? There's a couple. I like Birdemic. That's one that's like pretty high up there. I think it's like such a fun one. I don't even know. That might not even be considered a B movie. That might be considered a C or D movie. It's pretty, pretty bad. Um, Cruel Jaws, also known as Jaws 5. I recently watched that for the first time and I really enjoyed it. Um, Troll 2 is always a fun one, but I'm trying to think of like other B movies. Um, Black Sheep. I just saw that on the shelf. That's another one that I don't know if it's considered a B movie or not, but I thought it was so much fun. It's literally about killer sheep. It's just such a fun concept. But yeah, I'd say those probably if you consider those to be B movies. Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 comes out next year too. Yeah, I have not actually seen the first Super Mario Bros. Movie. I probably honestly won't because I'm not a huge like Super Mario fan to begin with. It's not my type of film, but um, yeah. Also, let's see. What are the best movies to watch during the summertime? I'll get to that in a second. The best ones to watch during the summertime. I mean, Jaws is like a perfect summer movie. I feel like it's just like a it just captures summer so well. And I'm trying to think of other. I mean, Friday the 13th is also a fun one because it's set at a summer camp. I mean, those are just horror examples, but I don't know about like I'm trying to think of other ones. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. See, for me, the perfect movie is when it's very rewatchable. Also, when all acting, technical aspects, writing, and direction is spot on. Yes, I 100% agree with you, Ralph. Um, yeah, I feel like so. Like in my opinion, like Jaws, super rewatchable. Empire Strikes Back, very rewatchable. Back to the Future, even honestly Jurassic Park. I'd probably throw it in that category. I'd have to think about it if I would consider it to be a perfect movie or not. But um, yeah, I feel like there's a few movies where it just feels like every single aspect of it is working all to tell a super compelling story. And yeah, it's um, yeah. See, I don't know why they did Fast X Part Two. Yeah, I don't. I find that very interesting. I need to actually sit down and watch. I've not seen Fast and Furious 9 or 10. Maybe I should do like a whole. I should just watch the entire series of them. But there's now 11 movies, which is insane. The best summer slashers. Yes, H2O counts. Yeah, I mean Halloween H2O. Like I mean, I would say that probably that counts because it kind of takes place during summer, I guess. Um, Best summer slashers. I mean, any of the Friday the 13th series, fun. Sleepaway Camp, also just fun. Which, speaking of Sleepaway Camp, if you are in the Akron area, I posted it on my story a couple days ago. But let's see if I can quickly pull it up here so I know I have all the details for you. If you're in the Akron area, I would highly recommend checking this out. I'll share it on my story soon again. But let me pull it up. Sorry. Um, okay, there we go. So this is my friend's shop. This is Killer Video. Um, and he is going to be doing this like I don't even know screening of the film, and this is going to have let's see, he's going to have like the different tiers, so you can buy different packages of tickets, and it'll kind of like a Q&A or a meet and greet with the main actress from Sleepaway Camp. So very cool opportunity if you are in the Akron, Ohio area. Um, and especially if you are a fan of these movies, I feel like it's kind of fun to do like a meet and greet and Q&A and stuff like that. So definitely, yeah, I'm planning on being there. We'll see how that if I can get to it. I'm not 100% sure if that date is available for me or not yet. I'll have to double check, but if it is, I will most likely be there. So yeah, it's a fun opportunity that I figured I would share on here, and I'll talk about it or I'll share it on my story again if you are curious. But this was requested by Francesco for me to talk about on this live stream, and that is the subspecies collection box set. He was curious on what all this includes, and I have actually not seen any of these movies yet, and so I'm very curious because this is the first time I actually owned any of these. This is I got this in my last my last big what's it called, like Facebook deal to get something autographed, and oh yes, yes I need to rewatch the Sleepaway Camp movies. It's been a while since I've seen those, but within this subspecies box set, you have here subspecies 1 through 4 and Vampire's Journal or journals, which I think that's a. I'm not 100% sure how this connects to the subspecies movies. But yeah, simply just a box. This is a box set put out by Full Moon. But you have here the first movie. Sorry if that was loud. Just hit the microphone. Then we have the second film. If you'll focus. The third film. Let's see, Subspecies 4. And then this, which I am not 100% sure the history of. Let's see, is this a documentary? Century Vampire. Okay, so no, this is not a documentary. Okay, so it's a vampire movie, but I'm not exactly sure how this connects, but it is part of the box set. So, but yeah, it's a 5-disc box set here, which is kind of fun. And included in this last lot, I got the first 3 movies on Blu-ray as well. But I'll definitely be holding on to this box set because this artwork is just amazing. There's the top. But yeah. They seem so cool and weird. Thanks a lot. Yeah, no problem. I think they're vampire movies, if I'm not mistaken. They look like vampire movies. Maybe. I need to watch these. I feel like these are like Full Moon, like these are up there with like in the catalog of the Full Moon movies. I feel like these are up there with like the Puppet Master movies. So I need to actually sit down and watch all those. But yeah, I will say, yeah, if you ever, if this goes for anybody on this channel, if you ever want to have a closer look at anything in my collection, feel free during a live stream or whatever, or even on Instagram, reach out, message me. Like I love showing off like different pieces of my collection. So I'm more than happy to unbox stuff and show it off and stuff. I think it's so fun. A lot of the stuff I feel like I don't like open up and actually look at as often as I should be. Just because it's like there's so much to look at in this room. But let's see, do you use the CLZ app to track your movies? I actually do not. I don't use any apps to track movies. The only apps that I would use, the only thing that I use to track movies is Letterboxd, and I basically just use that to keep a running log of everything I've seen, and it also just keeps track of the movies I want to watch. But like, it's not super like. It's not every single movie I want to watch is actually logged. It's kind of like if I'm scrolling through a list of stuff and I'm like, oh, that looks interesting, I'll just add it to that list. But yeah, I don't use any kind of app to track anything. It's all pretty much up in my head. Like I just can very easily, for whatever reason, remember what I have, remember what I'm still looking for. I do have a running notebook of all the Criterion that I am missing within my collection, because my goal is to have all of the Criterion Collection films. But really, like, that's more of a just to like have it all in one spot, because I also like will keep track of the Criterion I already own. But other than that, it's really like I'm pretty good about keeping track of everything in my head. And it's only been maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 times where I've bought something twice. It's not happened very often. I'm pretty good about it. But favorite horror autograph, anything you got? What's your favorite? Just one. So I did get my Troma box set, or my Toxic Avenger box set, signed by Lloyd Kaufman. That was probably the only time I ever personally got something autographed like myself. I'm not really into autographs. It's not really something that I feel like I need to have as like an autographed this or that or whatever. I have a few things in my collection that are autographed. I have a Blu-ray copy of Witchboard that has a bunch of autographs on it that I got. It wasn't like autographed. Like, it wasn't me that got the autographs. I got The Room, Tommy Wiseau autographed Blu-ray, which is kind of fun. Again, I bought that not like I should say I got it in a lot. I didn't personally like get it autographed. I got. I'd say this is probably my favorite if I had to pick one. This is, I think I got this actually at a local video store. And the thing is with when it comes to some video stores, like they can't authenticate the autographs. And so they'll just sell the movie as just a movie without worrying about the autograph. And so, yeah, I got this Evil Dead copy. And this is autographed by Tom Sullivan, he's the, let's see, Makeup Effects by Tom Sullivan. And I think one of the actors who plays Scott or Scotty, I can't quite read the autograph, but I'll show it off here. So I'd say this is probably my favorite thing, like autographed thing that I have. But I mean, the Lloyd Kaufman Troma box is actually kind of cool because that was one that I personally got. But that's so cool. Yeah, I feel like when I found this, I'm like, I didn't know who these people were, but then I realized like I'm like, oh, these are people that were like involved with the movie. I'm like, that's actually kind of cool. So, and actually the last big Facebook deal that I did, he was telling me, the guy who I bought them off of, he was telling me that the family member that passed away that had the collection, he also had a signed by Robert Englund Nightmare on Elm Street sign and a Nightmare on Elm Street glove. But he decided to hold on to those, which which I completely understood. But I'm like, that was awesome. Like those are awesome to have, Robert Englund's signature on the Nightmare on Elm Street sign. But yeah, one of my favorite guilty pleasures is 3D Blu-rays. How do you feel about that format? I have a couple 3D Blu-rays. I don't have a ton, and I don't necessarily separate them out from my the rest of my collection. I just kind of have them within the Blu-rays. And I don't have a 3D TV. And I don't really have a. I don't have a 3D Blu-ray. Actually, no, I do have a 3D Blu-ray player, but I don't have a 3D TV. It's a very interesting format. I feel like it was kind of like a. It didn't last super long. I feel like it was like people got really into it there for a second and then kind of died out. I don't know if I've ever actually sat down and watched a 3D Blu-ray on a 3D TV. I had a friend once who they had a 3D setup, but say, are 3D Blu-rays the same as the movies? Do you need glasses? Oh, well, so early 2010, 2011. I believe so, yes. I think the 3D TVs, they came with 3D glasses, or you had to buy them as well. I have a really cool thing where it's technically 3D DVDs, which they have glasses, and it's like a whole thing with wires and stuff you have to hook up to the different players, which one day I need to actually just sit down and hook it up. But I think it's more of a gimmick than anything, but I have that which is kind of fun. But see, he definitely would have asked 400 plus for the glove. Yes, it would have been cool if he was selling it, but it was definitely, because something like that, I feel like signed Robert Englund, I would never spend $400 on it, but it was definitely a cool thing to hear about. Let's see. So you ever seen the movie Mutant from 1984? I don't think so. Let me look it up here. I have not, no, but that looks interesting. Yeah, I have not seen this, but yeah, that looks interesting. I'll have to look into it. Wait, can Friday the 13th Part 3 be in 3D and 4K? Dumb question. I don't know. I don't know. Has there been a 3D 4K title? I'm sure there has. Because it's like what's kind of fun about the 3D. So I will say 3D Blu-ray is different than like the old school 3D. So like Friday the 13th Part 3, that still uses the red and the blue glasses. But just say like if you wanted to watch like The Hobbit on 3D, that would be like it was like black glasses. So it's like I think that's how that works. So there is technically like the blue and red glasses when it comes to Blu-ray, but which I have a couple of those. I have several of those, and I wonder, Ralph, if is that what you were talking about, like, or were you talking about the newer 3D, the ones with the black glasses? I feel like they're like slightly different, which I do like the red and the blue glasses. I feel like those are fun. Isn't 4K Blu-ray just technically VR? I feel like at this point, yeah, it's like, I guess, yeah, it would be basically VR. But I'm still waiting for them to make a full movie in like a VR system. That might have already existed. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's a new thing that will eventually happen, where everyone in the theater has to put on a VR headset, and which I guess at that point, why are you going to a theater? But yeah. Let's see. Black glasses on 3D Blu-ray. Red and blue is ancient technology. Yes. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, I've never actually watched a movie with the black glasses 3D. The red and the blue ones, I've watched several of those. Some that come to mind that were like Spy Kids 3D. I feel like that one was advertised so much growing up. I think Shark Boy and Lava Girl also had 3D glasses. But I have a couple like old, Blu-rays or old movies that were made in 3D. I think so. Freddy's Dead. I believe Freddy's Dead was a 3D, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I feel like so Friday the 13th Part 3, I feel like it looked. I remember watching it. I feel like I've seen it now in both 3D and standard. Yeah, it's been a while, but I feel like I've seen it in both, and I feel like the 3D doesn't really add anything. But yeah. Is your family or friends shocked when they see how many movies you have? I get all kinds of reactions when people see mine. Yeah, I'd say the most common thing that as soon as people walk into the movie room, the most common thing I hear is, "Oh, it's like a blockbuster." Every single time, it's like the same. It's actually kind of funny, like, but I'd say most of the time, like people that have never seen it before, like it is kind of like they're like, whoa, what is this? But like now my friends, like especially friends from like high school and stuff like that, have watched my collection just grow over the years. Like it's nothing new to them. Same thing when it comes to my family. But I always like, it is one of my favorite things to like show people the collection for the first time, because it's always fun to see the reaction. But yes, it was. The DVD set came with Freddy's Freddy's Dead. Yes, I have the DVD box sets with Freddy's Dead, and I remember I had the 3D glasses as well. It's over there now, but see, don't know. Piranha 3D is awesome though. Did I watch that in 3D? I don't remember if I saw Piranha 3D, but I think I've seen all the Piranha movies, but I don't know if I ever watched it in 3D. It was definitely like a gimmick for a while, where it was just every movie was coming out in 3D as well. So you're the reason I got a collection, to be honest. Going on 300 plus, proudly spent. Awesome. That's so fun. I'm so happy that you're able to like get into a physical media collection. I feel like it's like it really is a fun hobby. Like once you really get into it and you start realizing that like, oh, there's way more movies out there than like, just your standard like ones that you see at Walmart. Like it really goes way deeper, especially when you start learning about boutique labels and then you start looking into like different formats and you want to like, I don't even know. There's so much stuff out there to watch and to collect. And I think that's what makes it such a fun hobby is where it's kind of a never ending collection. I mean, I will never sit back and say my collection is complete. I might say certain parts of my collection is complete, but I don't know if I'll ever actually say my collection is 100% complete because I feel like there's so many movies constantly coming out. But Saw 3D Sharknado 3D. Wait, Saw 3D Sharknado 3D were more. Yes, I remember those. I wish I didn't like Arrow as much as her and Scream Factory. Yeah, or Money Wise. Yeah, that is such a like. Once you start getting into it and you start realizing like, oh, all these companies are putting out like really nice editions of these movies, it gets very expensive very quickly because it's a rabbit hole. And especially when companies are like doing limited editions and things go out of print and then you have to like, you want the out of print thing and it gets very, very expensive very quickly. See, almost hitting 1,000 here, still able to store in all my hallway. Nice. Yeah, I guess that's a great question. For those that are watching, if you collect physical media, how many movies are you up to? I know you said, Francesco, you said 300 plus. And Ralph's, you said 1,000. Yeah, that's awesome. I remember when I hit like 1,000, I was like so happy to hit like 1,000. But I mean, then my my next goal was like 10,000. I don't even know what I'm up to now, but yeah, I need to, maybe I'll do a video here where I count all of my movies. Maybe I'll make that a live stream where like I'll just go through my entire collection and just count every single one, which would be a lot. But my Arrow video DVD of Alice Sweet Alice looks amazing, honestly. Surprised for it being a DVD. Excuse me. Yeah, OMG, yes, do that. I'll stay for the 3 hours. I don't care. That's awesome. I need to get, I know Arrow Video put out Alice Sweet Alice on 4K. I currently have my old Anchor Bay DVD here. And I would like to actually rewatch this movie on 4K. I feel like it'd be a fun one. But yeah, I should do some kind of counting video. Not sure what that would look like yet. Because also what's hard with counting videos for me is like I don't count like I have like a million different copies of like Friday the 13th films. I have them on Laserdisc and VHS and DVD and like Blu-ray and like now a couple on 4K, and it's like I don't count them as like I don't say, oh, I have one, like I count them all individually. So I might have 10 copies of the first movie and I count that as 10 movies within my collection. So I don't know. I feel like it's a hard collection thing to like actually distinguish of how many different movies I have versus how many movies I have. But I just kind of go off of how many movies I have, which I actually, at this point, I have no idea. I feel like it's grown. My collection's like changed so much over the years. Like I have no idea. See, the Blu-ray was 45. The DVD was 20 on eBay. I said, yeah, DVD is fine. Oh well. Yeah, what was it? I was thinking, I mean, yeah, I think the Blu-ray, is it out of print? I know the 4K is still currently in print, which I was looking at Arrow Video's website, and there's a couple movies on there that I would love to get, but Also all expensive. So it's also hard to justify when I already have the movie to like upgrade by spending another $45 on a disc. But see, watching you count items will make my wife doubt me. It's funny. Have you seen Opera 4K yet? I have not. I need to actually sit down and watch it. I have it. Like I own it, the Severin Films Opera on 4K, and it's sitting actually. You can't quite. So it's like right over here somewhere. I think that's it. Nope, just kidding. It's right there on the end. It's out of focus, but I need to actually sit down and watch it because I've only seen the movie on DVD, and that was a while back. But yeah, there's several films I need to actually movies that I've upgraded onto 4K that I need to go back and watch, which is also like it's also kind of unfortunate because it's like if I have extra time, I'm gonna like want to watch movies I've not seen versus like rewatching movies on better formats. But then also I want to get the better formats of the movies I know I like. So it's like such a I don't know. It's a hard one, but also I'll probably be wrapping this up here shortly. It's because it's been an hour and 10 minutes of me talking, but any superhero movies you would consider to get a 4K of? Actually, I have a decent collection of superhero movies on 4K, which in this last lot I got Watchmen on 4K, and so that was an upgrade. And I have a lot of the Avenger movies on 4K, a lot of the newer ones at least. I mean, like Endgame and stuff like that, and Infinity War, and a lot of the Spider-Man movies on 4K. I'm trying to think though. Like I don't think I would go ever like out of my way to purchase like to upgrade a superhero movie. Um, Maybe the first Iron Man. I feel like that one I might go out of my way to get because I do really actually like the first Iron Man movie is probably my favorite superhero movie. Um, but last question: are you seeing Superman in theaters? Probably not. I probably won't. Honestly, I feel like I just haven't seen any like superhero movie in theaters in a while, and I'm kind of okay with it. I feel like I'm just not. I don't know. It's not really my thing. Let's see, do you have the collector and the collection? I do actually. I have them right here. Um, really liked this one. I thought this was a very tense horror film, a very claustrophobic horror film. Um, and the collection, I thought there was elements of it that were really interesting. Honestly, I kind of wish they made a couple more of these because I thought these were actually pretty interesting horror films. But let's see, hey Kyle, curious if you're planning on picking up the Criterion Collection Wes Anderson box set. Ideally, yes. I will. I will say I do want it. It is on my list to eventually get. Um, it is a hard purchase to justify, though, when I have all of the movies. I know they're 4K, but and it looks like an amazing box set. This sale, I will not be getting it. I don't actually know when it comes out. I don't know if it's going to be on sale this July, but maybe that following sale. We'll see. Because up on the top shelf over here, you can't quite see it, but I have like the Igmar Bergman set, the Fellini box set, the Pasolini 101, the Godzilla art, my Verda set, and what is it? Wong Kar Wai set, and my Akira Kurosawa movies or box set. So I have like all of the different box sets besides the Criterion 40th anniversary box set, which I probably won't end up getting just because it's unless if I get a really good price on it, it's kind of expensive for something that I don't really need. Um, But as far as the Wes Anderson set goes, it's I feel like it's more affordable, and it's definitely one that I would probably eventually pick up. Um, so we'll see. Eventually, I feel like it's one that I don't have the fear of it ever going out of print because of the relationship between Wes Anderson and the Criterion Collection. I feel like, you know, all of his movies are still in the Criterion Collection for years and years and years. So, um, yeah, I'll eventually get it. Maybe if not this year, maybe next, but we'll see. I just feel like if it's Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, regardless, everyone goes the with this Superman movie seems like not as much hype. I don't know. Yeah, I excuse me. Um I do think it is like those, I mean Batman, Spider-Man, Superman are like the big ones, but is Natural Born Killers, directed by Oliver Stone, any good? Almost bought it on Blu-ray. Yes, I thought Natural Born Killers is very good. I think it was originally written by Quentin Tarantino, if I'm not mistaken, or he wrote the story or concept of it. Um, but it's a very good movie. Very interesting uses of color in some sequences of the film. And I wouldn't mind upgrading. I think I have it on DVD, but I wouldn't mind upgrading. Um, yeah. Yeah, same here. Eventually, I may pick up, but I'm not even a massive Wes Anderson fan. Always, but such a sick looking box set, and 4K is cool. Yes, I think this is actually one of the first 4K like collection sets that we've gotten from the Criterion Collection, if I'm not mistaken. Because the Fellini box set's not 4K, the Bergman box set isn't. I'm trying to think. Obviously, there's been like smaller 4K sets, like smaller ones within the collection, but this is might be the first like big 4K. That's kind of how I feel about the. That's how I felt about the like 40th anniversary collection box set that they came out. I wish it was all in 4K. Like that would have gave a like because a lot of the movies that are within that set do not have 4K releases, but I kind of wish that they released all of them on 4K because that would have been more motivation for me to go out and purchase that set. Um, but let's see, yeah. Let's see, I'm ready for the Severance summer sale. Last year's sale had really cheap Blu-rays. Yes, I've been trying to tuck money away for both Criterion and the Severin sale. I have so many Severin movies I need to watch, but I remember them being super cheap. And I don't think I even participated in last sale, like the last year's sale, which I'm kind of grateful that I didn't because I ended up getting that giant lot off Facebook and I got a bunch of Severin titles out of it. But they keep releasing. Actually, just yesterday they announced, or was it yesterday? Might have been the day before, but they released another great looking box set of the Danza Macabre Volume 4 box set, um, and those you can kind of see them over here. I have volumes 1 through 3, which I still need to dive into, but yeah, I'm very excited about. I just feel like they keep putting out so many great titles. Some great 4Ks that I would love to add to my collection. But let's see, why is Ted getting an animated series? Also, Happy Gilmore 2 trailer stomped my heart out. Gilmore 2 trailer. Gilmore trailer stomped my heart out. Oh, Happy Gilmore. There, I was just like, sorry, I misread that. Happy Gilmore 2 trailer stomped my heart out. I'm gonna so bummed by it. Yeah, I watched the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer, and I know Francesca, we talked about that briefly on Instagram, but it was not good. I was not. I think the entire trailer, I just kind of sat there, and it was just like not. I don't think I even like laughed once or chuckled even. It was not funny. I'm like, this looks terrible, and just I don't know. It looks so sad. Just not like a good movie at all. I don't know why they're making a Happy Gilmore 2. I thought the first one was fine. It was, an average Adam Sandler movie, but I really think that in the next year or so, Criterion will release a 4K Kurosawa set, which I will buy immediately. Yes, that would be awesome. I feel like they're slowly starting to. I mean, like I know High and Low was recently announced to have a 4K, and so I feel like that one, is another one that will. Maybe it's like they're slowly adding more Kurosawa 4Ks. I mean, they did Seven Samurai, High and Low. I think there's a couple other ones mixed in. What's it called? Dreams. And so maybe in the near future we might get a Kurosawa box set, which I have the old DVD set, which I love. It's amazing. Which I still need to dive into some of the movies on there, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Kurosawa 4K box set. I'm trying to think of like director. I would love, this is one that I would buy immediately, which would be a David Lynch 4K box set. Yeah, I would purchase that day one. I don't even know if I would wait for a half off. I feel like that one I might just have to own immediately. If it included all of Twin Peaks, I would probably just die. That would be amazing. I'd be so happy. But other like director, I mean, an Alfred Hitchcock, that would be also like another box set that would be amazing to have within the Criterion collection. I know Imprint Films just released a bunch of Alfred Hitchcock movies and box sets on Blu-ray for the first time, which is awesome. A lot of his earlier works. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of directors that could do Criterion box sets that would be amazing. But I went to Retro Attic last Thursday. I love that place. How often do you go? I honestly go probably like I would say on average once a week. Usually, I mean, usually about once a week. Some weeks I don't go, but I usually am like going there pretty consistently to drop stuff off to sell or to do trades or if he got something in new that I would try to pick up, and so yeah, I go there fairly often. But I love it. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite place to buy movies. I mean, besides like eBay, because like eBay you can look for specific things, but I feel like Retro Attic is just fun to see like what comes in, and yeah, I feel like there's a lot to look at there. Let's see. How's the cats and the wife and yourself lately as well? Been good. My cats have been like very. I mean, it's hot, and my one cat Hazel is like has a lot of fur, and so she's just kind of been like sleeping most of the days. Which we got her like shaved once when we first when we first got her, but she did not like that, and so we probably won't do that for her again. But yeah, cats are great. Wife's great. My wife has been gardening. So yeah, and then as far as me, I've been good. I feel like I've been I've been doing like a lot of eBay sales. A lot from that lot, I've sold off a good chunk of it, of stuff that I was like about a third of it I just straight up sold, and a third of it I kept, and like a third of things I upgraded. So yeah. What are your thoughts on the new Naked Gun trailer? Honestly, I love the Naked Gun movie. I love actually all three of them. They're great movies. I have extremely low expectations for this new movie. I don't think it will be nearly as funny as the original movie. I think that it was kind of like in a way it was like the right time, right actor, right director, right like the right writer, and everything like kind of like meshed well together to make a really funny movie. And I just feel like you can't capture, because even the sequels of the Naked Gun movies never really lived up to that first film. and let's see, wasn't O.J. Simpson in Naked Gun? Yes. Yes, he was in the first, or he was, yeah, he was in the, I think, was he in all three? He was in at least the first one, but um, yeah, I feel like Leslie Nielsen was like the perfect like actor for that role, and I don't know, I don't think Liam Neeson has the same like range as what like Leslie Nielsen has, and so um, yeah, I have very, very low expectations. And I don't even know if I'll go see it in theaters, honestly. I might just have to wait till it comes to the library. But yes, Lynch, let's see. Yes, Lynch, same. I would buy that instantly. Haha. Yes. That would be a David Lynch box that would definitely be a day one probably for me if it was Criterion. But does he ever personally call you if he has anything good you would probably buy? Not really. So I'm assuming you're talking about Retro Attic. Yeah, I don't really. He doesn't, which is fair. I wouldn't expect him to like I don't know, hold good stuff for me or anything like that. I feel like that's not fair to other people. So it's kind of like, you know, if he gets something in that I want, like I'll put in the effort to actually go get it. Um, but let's see, do you think you'll ever do a podcast? I don't know. I really want to. It's been kind of um, I feel like it's kind of one of those things that's the I wouldn't mind doing a podcast. I've had ideas on podcast type of things. Wait, a Kyle podcast would be amazing. Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I should actually look into like what that all entails. Because I feel like it'd be kind of fun to like pick a specific topic and talk about it, and bring people on and like talk about different movie stuff with them. I feel like that would be kind of a fun one to do. So maybe I'll do a podcast someday. Um, but let's see. It just feels like, I don't know, early 2010s rumors of Legacy sequels were like, OMG, so excited now. It's like, oh God, why? Yeah, I feel like Legacy sequels were like really, really fun there for a little bit because it's like, oh, they're bringing this back. But now it just seems like they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel of any property that they own to try squeeze out one more movie just to turn a quick profit, just to make more money. And like, in my opinion, it's like, instead of making another Naked Gun movie, just make another movie with that same type of humor, but don't attach it to like an existing franchise. I feel like just make the movie and just take a risk, like how movies used to be made. Because I feel like every single movie was kind of a risk, especially like original movies, original concepts, and I think people liked that, and I don't know. I just feel like it's like not the same. But see, I still need to watch second episode of Twin Peaks. Shame on me. Um, yes, I would say definitely if you're in the first, like that first season of Twin Peaks is so good. Um, it's my favorite show of all time. But yeah, I'd highly recommend watching Twin Peaks, especially if you are a fan of David Lynch's work. Definitely check out Twin Peaks. See, didn't they do with Pet Cemetery remake because they were losing the rights? Just made it cause I think so. I know they've done that now with several movies where like basically the way its rights are, it's like they have to make something or they lose the rights. And um, yeah, I feel like, yeah, Pet Cemetery the remake was not super great. I think I own it. Yeah, I own the 4K of it, but I also have the first movie as well. Is there a film you own on all formats of media? DVD, Blu-ray, VHS, Laserdisc? Yes, there's actually a couple. So one is Star Wars. I try to collect as many different versions or many different copies of Star Wars as I can. I have those on 4K, Blu-ray, DVD, VHS, Laserdisc, beta tape, CED, and like a few of the film reels, and the like a couple like 8mm or Super 8mm film reels of them. And I love them. I absolutely love, like, Star Wars is one, Alien is another, where I have Alien on DVD, Blu-ray, VHS. I don't have it on beta, but I have it on DVHS, which is a high definition VHS tape. I have it on Laserdisc, CED. I think that's it, and then also 4K. And Friday the 13th is another one that I have on a bunch of formats. Trying to think what else. It's kind of like movies that I collect different artwork variations of. And so, like Friday the 13th, for instance, I have on like multiple different DVDs. And so I have like the older artwork, I have the newer like deluxe edition, I have the old box sets and the new box sets, and then I have the Blu-ray box sets, both actually Blu-ray box sets, the Steel Tin and the Scream Factory one. I don't have the original Friday the 13th movie on 4K, though. I need to actually still get that. It's high on my list. But see, I heard kittens die, and I refuse to watch the original Pet Sematary. Yes, it's like, if you're a fan of cats, it's kind of sad. So if maybe don't watch it if you like cats, but which I also like cats, but I also really like horror. So, but beta tape, CED, what? Yes, beta tape. I have a couple, which I have I have Eraserhead on beta, which is actually kind of cool. And looking up, excuse me, Creepshow 2, Firestarter, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, all on beta tape, which is kind of fun. But yeah. Do you still buy a lot of VHS? Not as often as I used to. I've definitely slowed down. And I really, part of me feels like I should get back into VHS, because I was buying actually a decent amount of horror VHS for a while, which at this point it's pretty much exclusively horror VHS is what I buy. Everything else I don't really like buy that much of, unless if it's a movie that looks very interesting that I don't own, that is like a quarter or whatever, or $1. Like, but Retro Attic has a bunch of really cool horror VHS tapes that I really should like take the time to actually look through more. Because every time I'm there, I'm really just looking for Blu-rays or boutique label stuff. And yeah, maybe next time I'm there, I should look at their horror VHS. Do you own any movies on CDI? I have 3. I have 3 movies on CDI. I have Moonstruck, Doctor No, and Goldfinger on CE or CDI, which is always like a fun format. And I do have a CDI player, but it's currently not hooked up because I kind of just have it in storage, because I would rather have the space of on my my TV set up. But yeah, CDI is a weird, fun format. Do you ever sell? Wait, did you ever sell that Predator bust you got with that Marketplace haul? It seems like you always find good stuff on Marketplace. Yes, actually, I did sell it. I sold it on eBay, and I'm not sure where in the world it went to, but it went to an eBay distribution center, which is like an international distribution center. So on eBay, whenever you sell something, it like if it goes overseas, it used to be like, if I sold this DVD and someone in like England was buying it, I was like in charge of packaging it up, taking it to the post office, paying for the shipping from the post office to England, which was insane because then you're spending an insane amount of money just to sell a DVD. But now with eBay, they have distribution centers, and so they take care of all of the shipping from their distribution center to, I'm assuming, another distribution center overseas somewhere. And so basically on my end, the address that I get is just goes to the eBay distribution center with like a code, like a number code. And then from there, they send it off to their next location. So it went somewhere overseas. I think it was like, even I think from Ohio to Indiana, it was still like $100 to ship. I mean, it was big. It was like the box itself was, a giant thing. And um, yeah, I ended up using the for those who watch this live stream a lot, the box that my popcorn machine came in. I ended up using that. Um, but yeah, it was big, and I considered keeping it, but I decided not to. Just one, I don't collect statues and stuff like that. I don't have the room, and for two, it's like that side of collecting can get very very expensive very very quickly, and I personally just it's cool, but it's not. I would rather use that money to buy more movies. Um, but yeah, it was a fun. It was one of my. It's probably the biggest item I've ever shipped on eBay, which was actually pretty fun. Do you have a favorite format of all time? For me, it's just DVD, simple and nostalgic. Um, I'd say favorite format of all time. Probably DVD or Blu-ray. Just with the amount of stuff that is available on both DVD or Blu-ray. Uh, but for collection purposes, I really like Laserdisc. I think it has some great artwork. Um, and before my last large Laserdisc purge, of getting rid of like 300 Laserdiscs, basically, if I came across it cheap enough, I would buy it regardless of the movie. But now I'm kind of, I mean, I still have, what would that be, like 900, no, 600 Laserdiscs, um, roughly, like maybe a little bit more, um, maybe seven. Yeah, I have like 700 Laserdiscs roughly. Um, and the format is so, it's weird and interesting, and it's just I don't know, it's a fun one to collect. The artwork is amazing. I would love to actually hang up some of my laser discs around the movie room, but it goes back to just wall space is very very precious. So are you excited for Spaceballs 2? um eh, I feel like I'm kind of like indifferent about it. I like the original movie. I've only seen it once. It's okay for me. Mel Brooks's humor for me just doesn't connect the same way as the guys who made like Naked Gun or Airplane or stuff like that. Um, but I mean, I liked some. There's a couple Mel Brooks movies I've seen that I like, but um, I don't know. Spaceballs was just one that I thought was it was okay. Maybe it was just like the age that I saw it at. It just didn't connect with me, but um, I'll eventually see it. I don't know if I'll go to the theater for it, but yeah. Favorite John Candy movie? Um, get reminded of what John Candy is in. Um, just looking off of this list here. I mean, Blues Brothers. Um, I'd probably say Blues Brothers, or I'm not like a huge John Candy fan. I know people out there like really um say Great Outdoors and Uncle Buck. I've never seen either of those. I need to watch both of those. I there's like a couple of movies in my collection like that I feel like I should have seen by now, but I just have not. Great Outdoors or Uncle Buck are two great examples of that. And I mean, same thing with like movies like Weekend at Bernie's. I've not seen Weekend at Bernie's, but I feel like I should have by now. Um, but out of John Candy movies, I'd probably just say Blues Brothers. It's the one off the top of my head that I really enjoyed. Um, but let's see. Uncle Buck or Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for me. Yes, actually, I watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for the first time last year. I think it might have been last year. Um, but I thought it was pretty funny. Um, I don't know. I'm not like I also like go back and forth because like I'm not a huge Steve Martin fan either. I just feel like he's okay. And I don't know. It's not his type of humor is just not my same type of humor, I guess. But so he gets a quarter and says, "Go downtown and get a rat and get that thing off your face." Was funny in Uncle Buck. Gotcha. I should probably watch Uncle Buck. I feel like it's one of those movies that I probably should have seen by now. Um, the Home Alone kid is an Uncle Buck as well. Blanking on a name. Macaulay Culkin, is that his name? I think that's how you say his name. But yes, gotcha. Um, see, getting late here. Signing off. Good night. Thank you, Ralph, for stopping in. I do appreciate it. Um, yes, I know it's like I know you're like a few hours ahead of me, so I do appreciate you taking the time to take to watch this. I know you're a regular here, so thank you. I do appreciate it. Um, see, like the last video on how to decide on what to watch. That is always a struggle for me. Yeah, it was kind of like my last video that I did, almost 3. Dang. Yes, go get some sleep, Ralph. Sorry for that these are always so late for you. I do apologize for that. Um, but yes. But yeah, the last video that I did of trying to decide how to watch stuff, it is a constant struggle, and it was kind of one that I like I was just doing like a chore around the house, and I was just thinking, I was like, I should just do that for a video because I come down here all the time, and I'm like looking at my collection, and then I start going down memory lane in my brain of just being like, oh, you know, I remember when I bought this, or like, oh yeah, I kind of remember like, when I watched that, or who I was with, or and then I just start thinking, and it's just like, I'm not just deciding on something to watch and actually just sit down and watch it. So, or I start thinking of conversations I had with people of like, oh yeah, I recommended that, or they recommended this to me, and yeah, it's a constant struggle because there's so much, like there's just so many movies to choose from, especially at this level where I mean, yeah, it's like maybe what I should do, maybe what I oh there we go, I had the idea of like having somehow going through my entire collection and digitizing everything I've not seen, and then having for like a prize or something, I don't know, for you guys to decide on what for me to watch out of my collection. Maybe I should do that because that might make it easier just you know, for you guys to recommend movies that I own that I've not seen yet. Excuse me. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe, oh yeah, I could do that because it's like, I mean, I'd take forever because there's a lot of movies in here that I've not seen, but I feel like that'd be kind of fun though. Something to think about. But see, I'll probably wrap this up here, unless if there's anything else people wanted to discuss before I go. Because honestly, I could keep talking for hours on end, especially when there's topics to talk about, because I love chatting with you guys. It's always so much fun. It's quite literally my favorite part of this whole channel is just interacting with you guys and just talking about movies. So unless if there's anything else people want to discuss, I'll probably end this here at an hour and 44 minutes. But for those that have watched this all the way through, on the playback version of it on YouTube. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I do appreciate it. If you had any input on any of the things that people wanted to, any of the things that people talked about, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I will get back to you. I do read all of the comments. It is one of my favorite parts of this whole channel. And yeah, unless if there's anything else wanted to discuss, I'll probably end this here. Thank you for those that took the time to stop in to the live stream. It's always so much fun to chat with you guys, and I hope everybody out there has a fantastic week. I know we are kind of like officially getting into like actually summer now, which is kind of fun. And yeah, I hope everybody out there is able to watch some fantastic movies. But I will end this here. So guys, take care, have a good night, and I will see you guys all most likely next week when I do another live stream. And also keep an eye out this week for a video. It's one that I filmed, like technically I filmed it already, and I just need to edit it and put it out. But some more fun items that I picked up. So I'm very excited to share that with you. But have a good night, guys, and take care.